Hi, my name is Tesharah, and I'm from here.
Period.
Period. I definitely started out just doing gospel. The sentiment was always, you can only do gospel. You can't do anything else. But then I would still sing at weddings, and I'll sing love songs, or I'll just do different type of songs at school and choirs and things like that. And I had an event that happened, something in a relationship. I'm being personal now. And I was just like, you know what? I really need to look into this area of my life. I was only focusing on the spirituality, and I wanted to understand, okay, why are my personal relationships going this route? Why is it always ending in a heartbreak? And I was at a place where I was like, I love talking about God, but right now my heart is breaking so much. I really want to put this in my music and hope that it will be a great outlet for me, and then it will be for somebody a help for them going through the same situation, if you know what I mean. Being someone who grew up in church, there's always that sense where it's like, okay, you can only do one or the other. For me, I feel like I'm a tripart being. So mind, body, soul, and spirit. And I feel like my body physically has its own place where it goes through things. And spiritually, I have experiences. And then emotionally, I have experiences. As an artist, I write about it all. And I know for some people, they like to put you in a box, but life is not like that.
So I was listening to your album, and I just thought it was so good. Like I loved the elements in it, and it was kind of theatrical as well. Like there was a skit in there, so
yes,
I thought that was so interesting. So how do you like where does that come from? That theatricalness? Like, were you a theater kid? Were you do you just like acting and performing? Where does that part come from?
It's the arts. I feel like as an artist, that's the root word. Art. So I feel you express yourself in different ways. I did grow up doing a lot of, I wasn't a theater kid, I wouldn't say, but I had my drama classes, tried out for plays in high school and things like that. I'm from Jamaica. Jamaica's big on skits, even in church. We were doing skits. We had to plan our own little skit, or based on a scripture, or based on something, and you came out and you had to make it believable and sometimes fun. And so we said, you know what, we're gonna make that as one of a prelude to one of the songs to kind of join it together to give it context. In church, it's a matter of you're trying to express something or pull out something out of yourself and out of people that everyone is aware of, but at the same time, it's if you can articulate it, then everyone will be like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm feeling. And I feel like church teaches you, or when you go to church and you do choir and you do the praise teams and you do the things like that, it helps you to hone in on the ability to express, and not only that, to refine. You refine that gift on how to articulate in a way that it reaches the audience and it reaches the individual that's listening, and they'll be like, you know what, I was going through today, and when you sang that song, I was like, Church has always been a training ground. If you look at a lot of the greats, they'll say we started out in church. And when you look at the emotional connection to the music, they're not just singing it. You're like, okay, that's where you got it from.
Yeah. In a world where you can say, I do not want to showcase who I am. You are like, no, this is where I'm from. This is the type of music I want to showcase. But what brings that out of you?
Yeah. I mean, it's in me. I don't know how to even explain that. It's almost like breathing air, right? You can't just be like, okay, I'm going to stop breathing air. That's just, it's in me, that it has seeped in me from being a child growing up in Jamaica. I actually was born there. Yeah, I was born there, spent the first 11 years of my life there. And so infused in the culture, infused in reggae music. And even with reggae, you have reggae gospel, you have reggae, roots reggae, you have lovers reggae, you have so much different type. And I think that it tells so many different types of stories in one genre. There's something about it that moves and transcends borders. And it's something that it's not to be hidden. You know what I mean? And everybody loves it. Like we did a show in Hamilton the other day with Reggae Addiction. It was a Bob Marley tribute, and everyone was just like, "Boom, worry about it," and you're like, "This is from the little island of Jamaica," and everyone knows the words of it. And I think, if it's so great and if it's so powerful, why hide it and why not display it?
There's so much about like Canadian culture, in my experience of Canadian culture, that's so tied to this island that I'm not from, never been to. But not even just Canada. Like in Gambia, and most people don't even know where Gambia is. There's a huge reggae culture in Gambia, and it's just it's amazing how the island has been able to transfer.
Yes.
All right. Like, you all must be so proud. I see where the pride
comes from. We're like Jamaica or no, we're joking. When you think about reggae music, you're literally like, how did it get to where it's gotten? Like, even some of my songs, like, people from Kenya will be like, "Hey, I listened to your song, No Matter Me," or something. And you're literally like, how did you even get this? And I think that the way it has been paved, you know, like the Bob Marley, the Peter Tosh, you know. And so now when I do that and carry on, it's so crazy to say, that legacy, which is so weighty, hope I do that well, then it lives on.
What do you love about being a musician in hip-hop?
Yeah, I mean, the camaraderie. Like, I remember telling someone, I was like, listen, like, all these new people I'm meeting, because I'm like, they're so amazing. And they're passionate and they're about their music. But at the same time, they're not standing in your way. So they're able to say, listen, this is what I learned. What do you know? And we're sharing and we're like, we'll support each other. You'll have an event and people are like, I'm coming. You know what I mean? And vice versa. So it's amazing.
What is something that frustrates you about being a musician in Canada, wherever?
Yeah, I think it's, opportunities, more opportunities to perform, to be paid, to even get to the point where you can say my art is my living, right?
Now, you said that you were managed.
Yeah.
You were managed. So I'm assuming that they handle like a lot of stuff. But even as an artist, you still need to be kind of well-rounded and take care of
1000%. Listen, okay, as an independent artist, okay, you are the start, the middle, and the end of the thing. You are your stylist. You are your songwriter. You are the one paying for it. You're the one promoting it. You have to think about band, musicians, background singers. You have to think about studio time. You have to think about mixing and mastering. You have to think about artwork, because I don't do artwork. Like, if I could do all of that, that would be great. Like, I'm not like a prince, you know what I mean? You should do everything. Even though I have a team, at the end of the day, I still have a responsibility that I have to literally show, like, I'm hungry, so that they'll be like, yeah, okay, you're hungry, so let's come behind you and do what you need to do. I have to initiate things and say, okay, what are we doing there? What are we doing about merch? What are we doing about this? When you're with management, it doesn't mean that you don't have a responsibility for your career. I've had experiences where persons were like, okay, I want you to come, but I also want you to sell tickets for that show. And then it's almost like you're paying to be on the show, but then you have to sell a certain amount in order to get back money from the show. And so it's kind of like, okay, if I'm doing that with you, then why don't we do it as artists amongst ourselves and take out the middleman? Back in the day, I went to Vegas because there was an event happening. It was a major show, I'm not going to say. It was a major, so this is for independent artists to beware, major award show. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna go. And this particular promoter was like, okay, I want you to come. And I don't remember at the time how much it was, a few $100s to like come and showcase. They're gonna be execs, there's gonna be this, gonna be that. Girl, when I went, first of all, let's just say it was a field trip. When I went, there was like 2 rows of people in the whole entire hall. Independent artists after independent artists just came up and started singing. And when you look at it, this promoter made money. And it was under the guise that they connected themselves to the major show. So you think they're connected, but they're not. And you went there and all you did was went either for a field trip or a vacation because you spent your money, you spent your time, you buy your clothes, and you practiced a song. And you went up there literally for 5 minutes, you paid a few $100s, and it was only like 2 rows of people and your family member that came and the artist's family member. I think that was disheartening. I was like, never again, never again. But what's good is that I met other artists and I met other people. So it's like, it wasn't a total loss because I was able to make connections with people in another part of another country that I wouldn't have known if I didn't go. But don't sell me a dream because I felt like I was going there for an opportunity. If I knew I was going there just solely for a networking event, okay, but you're telling me I'm coming here, I'm paying you, and you're promising me X, Y, and Z. And that never happened. So independent artists, beware. I'm not saying never do that because I feel like there might be instances where it might be if you sit down and say pros and cons and who is this person? Do they have the pull they say they do? But if they don't, that's not worth it.
What would you say is some advice that you can give to somebody who's looking at you and thinking Tesharah is really doing it? Like, she's really going for it.
Go out there, man. Make connections. Even if it feels like you're not getting paid a lot or something like that, it could lead to something else. I'm not saying to wear yourself thin. Be aware and be self-aware about opportunities because as independent artists, there are people who are always trying to take a hold of you. Come to this event, sing for free. Come to there, sing for free. Come to that, sing for free. Free. And you're like, but this is cost. So what I would say is network. Even if you're not in a room to sing or to rap or to do something, go there and make connections. Show up to this event. Show up to that event. Somebody might see you at that event and you get another event. Bring your business cards or give them your number, give them your IG and show up there so that they know that you're doing something. Even if you feel like you don't have nothing going on, make something. Go in front of the camera, say with your guitar or rap or whatever you need to do.
What do you hope for the Hamilton music scene? How do you want to see it grow?
Yeah. Man, thriving. That's the word that came to mind. So that artists can have that opportunity and actually see the fruits of their labor. So there are openings in which you are able to stand on a stage that will open a door that is groundbreaking for your career. And when we get on there, we'll say, okay, this is a big deal, and it could possibly open a door for you maybe to the rest of Canada or to the rest of the world.